Welcome to the Sober Barkeep. I'm Brian Anderson, coming to you from Anderson's Guitar Bar here in lovely League City, Texas. And today we're going to talk about vermouth. Vermouth is classically a fermented grape or wine-based aperitif. It's used to mix in a lot of drinks. There's two styles. There's dry, which is a French vermouth. There's sweet, which is more red in color, that's used in classic drinks like the Negroni, and it typically comes out of Italy. So they're both botanicals, a little bit of bitter, and it's kind of funny. One's called sweet, and it is a little sweeter, but even the dry vermouth, which we're going to take a look at here, to me has always been a little bit sweeter. And I think it's not because of the sugar content, it's because of the makeup of what's inside of it. To me, a classic vermouth, and actually let's back up a little bit. The dry vermouth is typically used in a martini, and you'll have it in various different levels and concentrations with a vodka or gin martini, shaken or stirred and put in a martini glass. As I mentioned earlier, the sweet vermouth typically is in things like a Negroni and cutting some of the bitters and some of the things that they use in those type drinks. To me, though, let's take a look at the offering that Lyres has, the Aperitif Dry, or Aperitif Dry. And this is mimicking the dry vermouth. And to me, what I always use, and my favorite way to use dry vermouth always was as an aperitif. My wife and I had a lot of wine tasting parties back when I was drinking, and we always served an aperitif up front. And this is one we went to often because it just, I don't know, it's got that light. To me, an aperitif should be something light to kind of get you going, just as something to sip while you're having a conversation. And you want it to be very light and crisp and nice, not a real heavy drink. Although people will start off with that. To me, I always like just starting with something light. So let's take a look at Lyres' offering here of their try to dry vermouth. Dry vermouth has a bunch of different botanicals in it, including quinine, and it's got a very distinct flavor to it and aroma to it. And when you smell this, it smells like a light dry vermouth. Now, as we've discussed earlier, vermouth is a lower alcohol a liqueur or liquor when you buy it straight up. It's and because of that, the non-alcoholic versions have a tendency to have a better chance of a better mimic of it because of the low alcohol content. I found that in several of the other drinks that we've tried here, and this is the same way. Now, the aroma is not quite as strong, but vermouth doesn't have a strong aroma. It's got a nice aroma, and this has got that. When you taste this, it's really, really well done, and it's close enough because in a dry vermouth you really don't taste a lot of the alcohol because it is lower alcohol. You really taste the quinine, you taste the botanicals, you taste the slight bitter. It's got bitters in there, but a bitter taste, but it's just a really marginal bitter and a nice, in my mind, a sweet, lightly sweet taste to it. So I'm gonna mix this up just like I would if I were making an aperitif for a wine tasting, and it's pretty easy. You just basically have your on the rocks vermouth, and a fairly generous portion of it, and then a twist of lemon. And I just peeled this lemon zest off. We'll stick that in there, give it a little stir. Boy, nothing like the smell of fresh lemon zest. Really just jumps right up at you. And that makes a tasty little drink right there. It's not quite as strong. But man, it's dang close. This one is really, really good. This is not something that I would drink every day because I'm more of a dark liquor kind of guy. I like the dark rum, I like the loved whiskey, and I like the whiskey alternatives that I've been trying. But this is a straight up great drink. If you're having a cocktail party, dinner party at your house, you got folks that aren't drinking and want to offer them an aperitif as you're offering an aperitif to everybody else, I highly recommend this. This is a 4.5. This is right up there It'd be a 5 if it had a little stronger aroma to it, but it's dang near a 5 because it's got the taste to it. It's got the slight bitterness to it. When you add that lemon, it really just elevates the flavor profile of this thing. The only other thing keeps it from being a 5 is it's a little thin from the mouthfeel standpoint. Vermouth has more of a viscous quality than this one has, but I tell you what, this is an outstanding drink, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a non-alcoholic aperitif option. This is one to go with. This is the Lyres Aperitif Dry. Again, Lyres, man, you guys are just knocking it out of the park. Sober Barkeep, live well and drink smart.